Well, hello everybody, welcome back again to Tony's Top Tips Workshop. It's been quite a while since I've done a video due to family commitments and a bit of ill health, but touch wood, or rather I should go like that, touch wood, everything's alright at the moment. This is just a short video on I purchased the Xtool D1 about a couple of months ago, and it's astonishing, the accuracy and the reliability of it. But I came into an issue where everybody that has one of these I know how accurate they are, and that when they engrave, I mean, I'll just show you, that is, so that you can see that that's just line cut, and that is with great detail. Same as on this, you can see that it's really good quality detail. Them's my first run-offs. Just simply tried it and it worked fine. I've been doing one or two projects, but I wanted to engrave some water bottles, the stainless steel insulated water bottles, and I started off and I thought the actual lettering and other parts of the actual engraving started to go somewhat 3D effect. Now I did try, I went on all the forums on the computer and that, and quite a number of people that had the similar problem. Now it's, when you're using the rotary, there's so many different permutations of it. Have you got the right diameter set right? Have you got the right, so to speak, the set in the center of the bottle? There's so many permutations, but I knew it wasn't that. I knew it was something else, so I decided to look into it more. As I say, the software issues and every all the adjustments that had to be made were spot on, so I knew it should give a good quality engraving, especially when it can do something like that. Oh, in fact, that's just the first sample. It run that off, just line cut, there's no engraving on it. It's really good quality. And the issues turned out to be the X-axis stepper motor. Now I have the air assist on, and I'll just bring you the camera nearer. There we go. Now the X-axis here, all the belts are adjusted correctly. There's no notchiness. It's, what you can hear, it's lovely and smooth. But as it were, it seemed to be not quite right in that movement, the X-axis. So I decided to look at the stepper motor, which, as you can see, is there. So I took the two screws out here and the two screws out here. That's disconnecting it just like you got it when you purchase them. They come separate like that. And I took the stepper motor out to have a look at it, and lo and behold, the problem, you could see it then. There's, on the pulley for the stepper motor, the X-axis, there is the belt, it's a tooth pulley, obviously, because the tooth belts, just like a 3D printer, but there's two grub screws and a flat on the shaft from the actual stepper motor. And what had happened was, one screw was missing the other was loose, so it was actually rocking from side to side of the flat on the stepper motor. So as it went that way, it took the play one way, and as it come that way, it took it the other. So hence it was on one particular actuation of the laser, it'd be further out, so it gave you a 3D effect, and that's what it was. Now what's obviously happened is that one grub screw that was missing has never been in there, and I've looked because I took the pulley off the shaft and there's no marks, so there was only one grub screw in, which was in on the flat, and that wasn't tightened enough. So I tightened it up and tried it again, and it's been absolutely spot on. Now, and then this is where my problems occurred then, is Xtool. I'll just turn you around so you can see my face. There we go. Xtool are supposed to be a very good backup service, after sales and what have you. Now they're all China based or wherever they come from. They come from abroad. I emailed them and told them that I had this problem of one grub screw missing and the other not tightened. So I said, could you send me a grub screw? It should have come with the machine. The reply I got back was, could I purchase one over here, because they don't have a facility to get me one. So I replied politely and said, no, I don't think I should have to supply a grub screw that should have been here in the machine when I purchased it. I got another reply back stating that if I go out and buy one, they'll reimburse me for the amount, because there's still no way of getting a grub screw. I said to even send me a complete pulley, little pulley. They're inexpensive. No, and that's basically the after sales service that I required. Wasn't just that, I use a company called, I've used them quite a lot, Technology Outlet. This is where I purchased this from. Now their so to say after sales service is second to none. They are absolutely brilliant at it. It's one of the reasons I've used them before, and one of the reasons I've purchased the D1, the honeycomb bed and the air assist nozzle. Now when I purchased the D1, that came fine, not a problem. But when I purchased the air assist nozzle, you get a kit with it, and obviously you get, in fact I'll show you what was missing in it. Inside the actual kit is, as you can see on I'll show you a bit close up in a minute, but there should be, and that's it, a bracket. That's it. Can you see that? That bracket goes on top of the laser diode, and through that hole there is where your air assist nozzle hose goes, and it wasn't in the kit. So I emailed Technology Outlet, who responded within about 20 minutes, very quick. And I suggest if you're going to purchase one of these, purchase it, especially in England, purchase it from them, because they are really good. They asked me, were very sorry about it should have been in the kit. I said, well, I can't really use it at the moment until that comes, because your hose is only suspended by the bottom pushing connector to the nozzle. You just said, we'll get in touch with we don't have one here, but we'll get in touch with the manufacturer, Xtool and that, supply the Xtool, and we'll get them sent to you. And lo and behold, not long after, that appeared in the post. Should have been him, but Technology Outlet shouldn't have had to have done that, but they did. As I say, I highly recommend the company. As I say, I've used them first for a lot of things, for 3D printing and that. And anyway, I'll show you a bit closer to it. But what I ended up doing was making a bracket myself, 3D printed it. Now that is a far better bracket than that metal. As you can see, the metal one there, I'll just show you over there, the metal is quite thin walled and very slim, so in this moving around all the time, I've tried it on, but it marks the hose somewhat here, and I thought no, so I 3D printed this, designed it and 3D printed it. And it holds it far more stable. You've more surface area holding the hose. If anybody wishes the STL file for this, just send us a email and I'll forward it on to you. I'll gladly help anybody I can out there. And that's basically, obviously that should have been in the box, but basically just explain that the actual after sales service from Technology Outlet far supersedes what Xtool did. I was very disappointed really. This is the upgraded Xtool as well. It's not the 20 watt, but it's not just a thumb screw there, it's an actual little lever, which is far better. That's the air assist pump, and the honeycomb. What I've done with the honeycomb is, when you're using the rotary, you find out I've got a camera installed as well, which on the D1, and especially using Lightburn, is absolutely superb. I use the oval shaped tubing like what you get in wardrobes. I had some lying around, so I just 3D printed a bracket for the top and bottom that slides up and down, and then you go through calibrating it. It's fastened by 4 bolts at the back, and that's it. But I soon realised that when you're actually using the Xtool, especially with the rotary, you need the leg supports on. But when you've got a camera installed, because you calibrate the camera so that you can send the laser head exactly to a set point on your bed, on your picture, your overlay for your bed, and it goes straight to it, and it's really accurate. But when you're putting the legs on and off, it's just a little bit too much, because you shake, you're having to tip it up, screw some legs in, and as you can see there, I've got feet mounted, so it doesn't. So I keep my legs on. Not everybody will probably want to do this, but I keep my legs on permanent. And what I did was, when you're using it with just the legs that come and a honeycomb panel, what I decided on doing was, that distance I measured and printed some blocks off, and you can just see them down there. Well, there's 4, one in either corner, and just let me get rid of this, and all they are like that, printed blocks, the height that are required, and they have 2 corners, so they actually sits into a corner. You can just see them. It sits on the feet, brings it up to the level. Now when I use the rotary now, which is here, when I use the rotary, all I do is remove the 4 blocks, take the bed out, put that onto the base, and I do it that way. It's far easier than unscrewing your legs, because you find out sometimes when you're unscrewing them, the little screws that hold the bed, the legs to the bed, will come undone. So I've not just got that rotary as well, I ordered the chuck one as well. I haven't used it as yet, but this came with a kit, this one, and it's very good. It you know, you can see all the practicing for the, and it does them a treat. That was just an old mug that I had, bottle, but yeah. So as I say, experience could have been a bit better, and it's a shame, because just a minute, I'm back now. It's, as I say, it's a shame that the after sale service was buy your own and we'll reimburse it. I just didn't think it was good enough, especially when it isn't a cheap item. It's very well made, and I mean the construction of it is absolutely spot on. It's well finished, well put together, and it does what it says on the packet. I maybe wish I'd have waited and see whether they brought a kit out with the 20-watt laser on, but I'm not moaning about it. It's quite good. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I'll be expecting, because I told that Xtool that I was going to do a short video on it, and I'm going to mention for, I think, after sale service. They could have just simply said, right, Miss Slothouse, we'll send you a pulley. We can't get the grub screw, but we'll send you a pulley. No problem, but email backwards and forwards. Would you like to get one yourself? There was no mention of reimbursing me at first. Just go get one yourself. I mean, alright, it's not, you can buy a pack of mixed grub screws, quite a large quantity really, for about £7 off Amazon, but I shouldn't have to do that. I purchased it from them, and they should honour the warranty that comes with it. And I could have got in touch with Technology Outlet, and they would have more than likely sorted it, but that's not the point. It wasn't their problem. I know they were the suppliers of it, and they supplied but I thought I won't involve them, I'll go direct to Xtool, and that's the reply I got. I don't know whether anybody else has had the similar feedback, but I just hope nothing else goes wrong with it. At the moment it's working spot on, and as I say, I use both softwares, Laserbox and Lightburn, so, and they're both very good. I prefer Lightburn, but as I say, that's the conclusion to this little video. I know it's not much to say that I've been away for quite a long while, but I just thought I had to mention to people that if they're getting the little 3D print, it is the pulley, more than likely the pulley, and as soon as I tightened that up, it was back to how it should have been. I mean, obviously it was okay when I first purchased it, but then when you're using as you'll find, because you don't use the y-axis, because that's what your rotary does, your y-axis is fixed in the centre of your bottle or your mug that you're doing, so there's only really your rotary that's going around very slowly, obviously, but your x-axis is the one that's moving backwards and forwards. and obviously that is because you use it quite a lot on the rotary. That's why it's raised its head with the missing grub screw, and that's quality control to me. So, but anyway, it's been lovely doing this video, and as I've always said in the past, be safe, be careful out there. So for now, bye everybody.